Hey guys, this is Knight here. I'm going to go ahead and record this video describing how you can create a character in the Log Horizon TRPG. So I've gone ahead and I've translated most of these books, if not all of them by now. Spent a lot of time doing this shit, and I've also got a bunch of spreadsheets here that have been made up over the years. Now, I've gone ahead and we have this quick character creation thing typed out. I'm just going to go ahead and go over it and show you how to step by step put together a Roll20 character using the spreadsheets and the quick character creation guide. Now, we're not delving too much into a creation of a backstory or whatnot. That's going to be something you can do on your own time. This is mostly the bare bones, get a character together, hop in a game. All right, so starting off, you've got the main class selection and race selection, right? So you've got four different archetypes. You're gonna want your group to have at least one of each archetype, just because of the way the game works. Right? So the warrior archetypes are the tanks. So if you want to be the guy that takes the damage and sort of mitigates the battle, the way the battle's going, the warrior archetype is really going to be for you. You want to heal people and be supportive, but also occasionally throw out some damage. Heal archetype is going to be really nice for you too. If you just want to do damage or do like sneaky stuff or do magical stuff, the weapon archetype and the magic archetype are going to be for you. All right, we're just going to go ahead and pick a guardian archetype because it's right here. It's number one. It's whatever. So you go over here to your Roll20, right? So we're going to go ahead and just make a new character. Doesn't matter what name it is. We're going to go to the character sheet. So under class, we already decided it's going to be a guardian. Bam. That fills in your health. That fills in your starting defense and everything. It even gives you all the cool stuff here. No bonuses and anything yet. So this is just you starting out, level 1 guardian, not even a race selected. You got a lot of stuff going on here. All right. So let's go back. We're going to go ahead and choose a race here. So now these races are all the races from the show. So you just pick whatever's your fancy. It doesn't really matter what. So if we're doing a tank, let's say I want to be a super strong, like tanky tank or whatever, right? So let's say I want to mitigate the most damage. If I wanted to mitigate the most damage, I think I'd probably pick Wolf Fang. I won't have any fate points, so if I get screwed on a roll, I'm kind of just screwed, which is sad, but it's whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and pick Wolf Fang. That gives us 16 extra health and 2 extra strength. Strength is gonna be our defense here, basically. So let's go ahead and throw in. Bam. Now we've got 4 strength because our strength is 6 divided by 3, which means 2. So bam, that hits us right there. And we also have 66 total health now. All right, so we've got that taken care of. Subclass, that's more of like a role play thing. You can pretty much have it be whatever you want. I could have it be like a border guard if I wanted, right? So my guy like went on some quest in game and like got it done and he got the title border guard, or he like joined the border guards of like some town or something. And the DM can decide if that gives you any bonuses or not to whatever you're doing. It's up to him. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to this page. All right, distribute the bonus points. You get 5 bonus points, and you can just distribute however you want. You just can't make the base stat go above 7. So what that means is that the base stat is the smaller font number right here, and your mod value is the bigger number. The bigger number is determined by dividing the smaller font number by 3. So we can't make that go above 7, meaning that if we really want to make sure our strength is maximized, we can put 1 point there. Dexterity is our evasion, but honestly, as a guardian, we don't really need to evade that much because we're going to have a lot of defense. Not too worried about dodging. I am worried, however, about our magic defense because you look at that, that's a 2. That sucks. So I want to increase my int. I'm going to go ahead and increase my int by 4 points. Bam. Look at that. Smart and we're strong. Now, POW is also our resistance, so it helps us just completely resist spells in the first place, but honestly, I'm planning on failing all of those rolls. So I'm just going to go ahead and be super paranoid and think I'm just going to fail them all anyway because I've got 0 fate points. Who cares? I'm just going to take the hit. Alright, so that's done. Back to the sheet. So, now that we have that done, it's time to select skills. So we go to the spreadsheet to select skills. We go to our archetype. So we have a lot, big spreadsheet here. So, Guardian and Warrior. Warrior is the archetype, Guardian is the class. So we'll go to Guardian. The Guardian says right here, you get 3 spells, 3 skills for free just by being a Guardian. First one's Battle Master, right here. Bam. So you take the name, go back to Roll20, you add it as a combat skill because that's what it is. Put it in there, and when you fill out all of this stuff from here, pretty obvious. Timing goes with timing. Target goes with target. Blah 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 blah. And you fill it out. Right? If it's got any passive bonuses, so like you gain a +2 bonus to accuracy, and when combat begins, you increase your hate by 1. Go ahead and fill that in now. So if your combat begins, you're gonna have hate by 1 anyway. Just put hate 1, so you always know you start at 1. And your accuracy, just put a 2 there. So you'll always have the 2 for your accuracy roll. So go ahead and roll accuracy. And you can see right here, you've got a +2 accuracy. Alright. So your accuracy is determined by your biggest mod value stat, which can only be 2 at level 1. Because you can't go above 7 base stat. So for me, that's 2 + 2. That's 4. That's basically bigger than an average of an extra die, which is super, super nice for a level 1 character. Alright, so in addition to Battle Master, we get Anchor Howl. We're just gonna go. I'm only doing the names because to fill out all this information is gonna make the video really long. And honestly, I don't want to make a super long video because then I don't think many people are going to end up watching it. And decoy action. And I want people to watch the video because I want more people to get into this game. It's a really, really fun game, guys. So now we have our 3 free skills, right? Well, we actually get, we go back to the sheet, we actually get 3 skills with the combat tag and 1 skill with the general tag. Now, at this time, the only like skill rank we can have skills at is 1. So if we get an ability, we can't like take 2 ranks of that ability. We can't like level it up yet because we're only character rank 1. So we got to be mindful of that. But the other thing is we can take 2 skills with the training tag. Now training skills are very special, and the reason they're limited is because they're really good. So I'm going to go ahead and try to take 1 training tag skill. Maybe it'll be a general skill. That's the training. And then my other training tag will probably be a combat skill. Now, the training tags we're probably looking at are probably going to be in the racial. Because we picked Wolffang, right? So we scroll down to Wolffang. And I'm look here. Look at this. Wolf's Constitution, it's general and it's training, and you gain +4 base strength. Now, this ability allows you to go over that 7 maximum. So, if I go ahead and take this, I'm just going to go ahead and copy the name of that, go to my general skills, go here. And now for this one, I will actually click this tag button, normally off by default. You click that, I'm going to type in training. Can't type. The reason I did that is so that way I know that I've used one of my training skills, and it's right here. And you can do that to make sure, like, you know what each ability is going to do or what type of damage it does and stuff like that. So that way when you click the ability and it activates it in the chat log and rolls the dice, you'll know exactly what it does and everything. Super, super nice. Whoever made this sheet did a really good job. I wish you'd fix the fatigue text, though. For some reason, it's not where it's supposed to be. So anyway, Wolf's Constitution gives us 4 base strength. So I'm going to go in here and change the strength from 1 to 5, because 1 + 4 is 5. We do that, and bam! Now we've got 3 mod value in strength. That means our athletics is super high, our endurance is super high, and when we roll accuracy, 9's really bad. But still, if you look at it, that's a +5 at the end there. That's basically like a max success on an extra die. And when you play as a DPS, you get a third die for your accuracy rolls. So this is really good to have that much accuracy starting out at level 1, especially for a tank, because you're going to want to hit stuff. Alright, so that was only one training skill, and we have some combat skills to work with. So let's go back to there. I'm going to go back to the Guardian tab. I want something to hit people with and generate hate, but not a lot of hate. Just enough, I think. So I think 2 is a good number for that, right? Because you don't want to generate too much, but you want to get something back. Look at this. Scarlet Thrust, you recover HP and you do 3 dice of damage. Nice. 3 dice with only 1 skill point in it? That's pretty good. There's a lot of abilities that do that. Some abilities give you less. Some abilities give you more, right? But you also have to calculate the hate, right? As a tank, if you take too much hate damage, you can just get one shot. So I'm not looking to do the most damage in the world, and I'm just looking to stay alive, right? If I stay alive and I keep my hate value good enough, right? And my teammates keep their hate value low enough, then I think I'm doing a good job here. I'm going to go ahead, take Scarlet Thrust as my main attack ability, meaning I'm going to need a spear. So when I get to the point where I have to look at what items I'm buying a spear. I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just looking at stuff and quickly making a build here that I think looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and look for maybe another training ability. Because you get 2 of those, and that's pretty fucking good. Let's see. And notice these are color coded too. So the blue are combat, and the purple, or not the purple, yeah, the purple. The purple are general. So let's go to the warrior archetype. Any warrior can choose from the warrior archetype tab, so it's really useful. So let's see if there's anything in here that's a training ability, and if not, we'll look at someplace else. So survivability, you get plus 10 max HP. When you target rolls on the exhaustion table, reduce the result by -1. That's pretty good. And it targets everybody in the party. So that might be really useful. Plus you get plus 10 max HP. Let's not sneeze at that at this lower level. Alright. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking, instead of plus 10 whatevers, I'm going to go look at the common skills for my next training. Here's a really good one. Weapon Mastery. So if I pick Spear as my weapon, if I take Weapon Mastery Spear, then I get an extra damage dice to any attacks made with that chosen tag. So if I attack with my Spear, then I'll actually be rolling 4 dice instead of 3. That's a lot of damage. So I think I will take Weapon Mastery Spear. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to do this. Copy that. Go back here. Type it in here. And instead of Blade, I'm going to replace that and type in Spear. And then, of course, I'm going to check this and type in Training. That's my second training ability. Now, what this does is it's going to make it so that way I have an extra die on each of my attacks. So for Scarlet Thrust, when I would type in damage, for this, I would probably put my extra die up here, or I'd put it somewhere else, depending on the formula. Brain fart. Anyway. I might go through that at the tail end, but I don't want to bog things down too much. Alright, so that was only 2 combat skills and 1 general skill, so let's do one more. Alright, so we have a damage ability, and we have a thing that boosts our damage, right? And most of the stuff here that they give us for free deals with 1, increasing our hate. Here's survivability, and then here's something that reduces the hate of other people. But let's say our teammates are dumb and they do way too much hate, right? Let's find something that will help us out with that, right? Here's something that's really nice. Standout. This skill, they only target an ally with hate top. Increase your hate to target's hate plus 1. So effectively, this will put us on the top of the threat table. And we can do it during an initiative. And that's during anybody's initiative. So let's go ahead. I think we'll take that. Because that will help save our friends in case they're still dumb. We're going to go ahead and take Standout as our last comment. Because we are a tank, and our job is to make sure that the enemies focus on us. We want them to focus on us so the healer can keep us up instead of having to waste heals on anybody else. And it's the DPS job to stay below us so they can take other abilities that will lower their threat. And such and such. So anyway, we have our skills done. What's next? Purchasing items. Alright, so everybody starts with 350 gold, a backpack, an adventurer's kit, and a sandwich. So you can only take items that are equal to your character rank, so 1, unless it's modified by a skill. There's some training skills that allow you to have like higher ranked items at a lower character rank, which can be really nice because some of the items that will do more damage and be worth it. Now, whenever you start out, you by default you have 2 hands, so you can you can have 2 pockets as well. Put stuff in your pockets for your inventory here. And when you're holding items, it doesn't take slots in your inventory, right? So your armor and your weapons you're equipped do not take up slots in your inventory. So we'll go over that when we go over like what weapons we're purchasing. So right now I'm just gonna put 350 gold in there. We're gonna put a backpack on. Backpack. It increases our capacity by 5. So bam, now we have 7. We also have an adventurer's kit. And a sandwich. I'm pretty sure I spelled it wrong. We're gonna spell it like that. If it's wrong, I'm sorry. And then change the inventory to 2. Bam, ba, bam, bam. Done. So we have our starting stuff, but now we have to pick our items. So this is the item list. We are a guardian, so that means we can use blade, spears, hafted weapons, bow, shields, heavy armor, medium armor, light armor, accessories, and bags. So we only have 350 gold to work with. So let's look at our weapon. So we already said we were going to play as a spear guy, so I'm just going to go ahead and search out spear. Wow, there's a lot of spears here. So we have our short spear, level rank 1, so 60 gold. Pretty good. It's going to do 3 damage, plus 1 initiative. That's pretty good. Let's say I wanted to play two-handed spear. Let's say I don't want a shield. I'm already tanky enough. The healer can keep me up. Let's play with a two-handed spear. Look at that. That's plus 2 initiative. That means that I have a higher chance of going first. That's pretty nice. I like that. Especially if I'm wearing heavy armor, I'm probably going to be slower. So if I mitigate that with something like this longer spear, I might be able to do more. That's a 6 attack and plus 2 initiative. So go ahead and copy that. I'm going to put that in my right hand. It doesn't matter what hand you put it in. So 6 attack. I think the range is close, and it has plus 2 initiative. Let me check that once more. Yeah, it's range close. Okay. So that cost me 80 gold. Go ahead and pull out my calculator. 350 minus 80. So that means I have 270 left. 270, bam, bam, bam. If you look here, I now have 6 attack. I have 6 defense and 4 magic defense. Really nice starting out here. We're doing good. All right, next thing to do, armor, because we are tanking, so obviously we need to make sure that our armor is good. So, level 1 heavy armor, that's going to be ring mail. Unfortunately, that lowers our initiative by 2, but we just got this spear that gives us plus 2, so that's pretty good. Now the armor is probably going to cost us the most, but it's also going to give us the biggest boost in defenses. So we definitely want armor. So that's 270 minus 130. That's going to leave us with 140 left. That's 7, 2 minus 2. 7, 2 minus 2. Ring mail, armor. Put it in, rank 1, 7, 2, not 22, and then -2. There we go. So now our initiative is back down to 0, unfortunately. But that's still better because we're still going to be hopefully high rolling with that. All right, so now we've got 3 accessories to deal with. We'll go down to the accessories. We don't want a shield because it's a one hand, takes up a hand. We already have a two-hander on. So we can take a hat that gives us physical defense. We can take a cape that gives us physical and magical defense. We can also take boots that give us +1 initiative. And we can also take some gloves that give us boost to attack power. Or we can take some talismans and charms that allow us to cast magic and have magic damage, or even have resistances to certain types of damage. Now, the problem with these specific accessories is they really only work against one type of damage, which helps when you know what kind of damage you're going to be facing, but it doesn't help all the time. So I like to go, oh yeah, and there's also these accessories down here that allow you to have bonuses to checks. Now, we're already going to have a big bonus to checks, but these can be super good. If the check is very difficult, it can be really, 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 really hard to pass. And having a crap ton of these things that give you just these bonuses to like athletics, you can make big jumps and stuff like that. There's also some nice roleplay stuff down here, mementos, masks, and you don't have to like equip these. You can have them like in your inventory too. So that's really nice. But for me, if I'm going with something, I'm definitely going with at least the boots and a cape. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I need magical defense. I do not have a lot of magical defense. I only have like physical defense right now. My armor gave me a crap ton of physical defense and only a little bit of magical defense. And these boots will give me that +1 to help me get in there with my initiative. 1, 1. Later on, boots actually start to give you defense too, which is really nice. So I'll go up to the mantles. There it is, mantle. The mantle gives you 1 of each for 60. So that is 60 and 60, so that's 120. So I'll minus 120 out of the 140 we had. So we've got 20 gold left. Oh, that's magic damage. We want to put in physical defense and magic defense. Alright, so with our 20 gold left, go back to skill. Alright, so we have 20 gold. We could spend it on a memento or mask to fill out our accessories, or we could start looking for other things. So this is a bag and consumables list. We can choose to bring some food with us to reduce our fatigue rating, which is important because while you play the game, the DM can do things that will garner you fatigue. And what happens when you get fatigue is it starts to lower your max health. If you get 20 fatigue, your max health goes down to 46. Now all of a sudden you only have 46 health. That's really bad. Now, sandwich, this is a bland sandwich. It wasn't created by a person with the cooking skill. It tastes bad. Even though it's your favorite sandwich, it's only going to give you -5. Not really good. Similar to failed cuisine, it's only -2. Tasteless. Bad. So this stuff takes up like a slot in your inventory. Some things will stack. It'll tell you if it stacks. Like this one, 2 items of this can be stored in a single item slot. So some items will stack, and they'll tell you if they stack or not. So let's see. For 20 gold, I think either beef stew, antidote's nice. 20 gold. We can pick up some gems, but the gems aren't going to really help us out, and toxins aren't going to really help us out because you need special abilities for those, which are in the general skill. Same thing with charms, and we're a tank. So I think here's some mounts you can grab. The mounts will help you get around the world faster. They cost money, but we don't have enough for that right now. This is also we don't have enough for. So I'm thinking beef stew, but also let's look at the miscellaneous gear. just to make sure. I'm gonna scroll up to beef stew just so I'm gonna be at it. I'm pretty sure we're gonna go with beef stew. So here we are. Get a magnifying glass. Right? Get a telescope. Nice. Here are some homebrewed stuff that I made. You don't need this stuff, but it's cool. And also, if it has the rare tag, it's not purchasable. Rare tag means you have to kind of find it, or the DM will give you it after you defeat something. Get some perfume if we're vain, I guess. I'm thinking we're gonna go with the beef stew. Yeah, we're gonna go with the beef stew because we've already got an adventure set. So we don't have to worry about that. So I'm going with the beef stew. Go ahead and we'll copy this. Stick that in our inventory. Make that 3. So now I can enjoy some nice beef stew if we get fatigued. Right now, I'll just go back to 0 fatigue. Put that up there. And after we have all of our items, so we have 0 money now, so we got to make sure we change that too. We have 0 money now. We spent it all. All right, so we've bought our items. So now we get to choose connections. So you can spend these connections on a couple of different things. The sheet here says preferably your connection can be with another player at this time, but it can really be whoever. It can be like an NPC game. It could be like you're part of a guild in game. It could be your subclass. Basically you want to be involved in the game, but if you also want to make your role play like more personalized, you can use your connection on something like that. It's just encouraged for new players to sort of be connected with the party so you have a reason to be with these people and do the quest. Makes sense. Why would your character even be doing the quest if they have no connection with them? So anyway, at this point, you're basically finished. This is basically a finished character sheet. The skills inputted are the only thing that aren't put in. You're basically good to go. So, let's. I think this is everything. Yeah. No. So, I hope that this quick character creation guide can help you basically get into this game. This game is super, super fun. It's widely it's so like obscure. You don't see people really playing it. It's so fun. I really hope more people get into it because of this. I might do more guides if there's more demand, and I've done one shots for people on like the Log Horizon subreddit in the past. Those are really fun, and I'm probably gonna have some days free here where I might do some more of that if people are willing. So let me know. Send me your characters. Put them in the comments. I'm interested in your creations. I've certainly made some very interesting characters. I've got loads of them here, like just characters and characters and characters. And some of these are people that I've made, and some of these are like uh, people that my friends and my players have made. They've just come up with some really creative and cool stuff, and it's really interesting to see the builds people make, you know? So go ahead, make your character. Send me a link in the comments. It doesn't have to be like a picture of Roll20. It could be just like you typed it up yourself. All right. This is Knight signing off. Have a great day.